The globalists want us poor. That is something that's pretty obvious by now. We're getting numbers from the government, from the media, and they're clearly fake. We're looking at unemployment numbers, we're looking at inflation numbers, and they're all fictional tales. They should be brought out by Disney, not by the government. Let's take a look at this. Is 2014 the year your job will be taken away by a robot? This is something we've feared for a very long time, and slowly but surely, automation has been replacing good quality jobs. And what's happening here? Individuals are actually making these robots and all this technology that's actually going to be replacing their jobs. It's actually quite sad. So what I want to note here is the highlighted portion. A huge 70% of occupations could become automated over the next 30 years. And of course, this process has been going on for many years and will continue on and on. And what we need to do is take advantage of this while we can. The jobs are going away. We really don't have the strength in the jobs that we will have in the future that we have in the past. That's absolute. So what we need to do is we need to get out of debt right now. Because if you're stuck in debt and you don't have a job and you don't have at least one source of income, you're going to be in big, big trouble. That's why before I tell people in my own work that I do, when I tell people do not buy that house down the street because you got a good deal and you think it'd be a great investment when you still have a mortgage on your house now. You need to get out of debt because the future is too uncertain. I'm going to go into other things right now. A record of 20% of households are on food stamps in 2013. 1 in 5 people are on food stamps. That's an extreme number that the people will not talk about. And this is a thing that I keep bringing up because the food stamps, your most essential, vital thing that you need, your food. And people are dependent entirely on the government for that. That's an extreme thing. You know where I'm going with that. I'll move on quick. Wall Street Advisor, the actual unemployment is 37.2%. And the misery index is the worst in 40 years. You can see that chart right there. And actually, I took a look into this article here, and it wasn't John Williams from Shadow Stats. It was somebody else. So he is calculating, just like John Williams does, he's calculating not the way the government does it, but the way that is actually a reality. The people without a job is 37%. That's how it should be done. But of course, that's not the numbers that the media will report, and I've covered it many times before. The way they manipulate these numbers shows a positive sign, and they keep on showing the Dow Jones nearing new highs, and everything is just fine and dandy. That's not the reality. I recommend highly to get out of any debt that you have because the future is uncertain. Please listen to me. This is a warning. I talked about the unemployment rate big time in my book because I know that this is going to be a factor in the years to come. We're going to see higher and higher unemployment rates and a greater and greater disparity in between the government's reported rate and the rate that is actually a reality. Everyone is slowly but surely having to take on that second job, that third job. I myself am in that situation. If I want to pay down my debt, I need to be smart and I need to pay it down and work as hard as I can to get it out now before we have a multiplication of the interest rates, before we lose our jobs, and all kinds of things like this. We need to take advantage now while the economy is just beginning a slow crash, a slow collapse, before things start to tumble and snowball rapidly. I highly recommend that. I just want to thank all the insiders once again for joining up. There has been an overwhelming response. That is the Money GPS Insiders. If you go to themoneygps.com, scroll down to the bottom, fill in your email address. Basically, I'm going to be doing unlisted videos, and I'm going to try and share as much information as I can through there, because ultimately, with the Money GPS YouTube channel, I can't really get into depth. That's really not what this is about. So I want to get into more depth, more research there at the Money GPS Insiders. If you fill in your email address, I will occasionally send out deep information on there, and I really thank all of the people. I also want to note, if you're an insider, that's who the people who I will guaranteed reply to. Right now, I'm at this point here. quite frankly, I cannot reply to all of the comments on the Money GPS YouTube channel anymore. It is too overwhelming. It takes a very, very large amount of time to reply to every single one. So I go through and try to just respectfully reply to as many as I can. So if you're part of the insiders, you get on there and you email me through there. I will definitely be responding to you and I will give you first priority. So thank you again for all that. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up.